Hello, my name is Kendall Core, and I will be presenting my case development number one for case studies. The two cases that I chose was the first one I will be discussing, and that is Southwest Airlines. You can't buy that kind of PR for Southwest. To begin, I use the ROPES model, which is commonly used by PR practitioners. ROPES stands for Research, Objectives, Programming, Evaluation, and Stewardship. In the research phase, I gathered information from the book, which included Southwest Airlines' mission statement and also their mission statement to its employees. After conducting further research, I also found that Southwest had a TV show on A&E called Airline. It only lasted 3 short seasons, but it was to publicize their airline and also to create more jobs opportunities. This idea sparked from the United Kingdom from another airline that's similar, that they wanted the same ideas as well. For my reactive plan, I chose to create a mobile app for your smartphone devices. On this app, you'll be able to complete surveys and also listen to podcasts. The benefits of watching these and filling out the surveys would be getting customer rewards from doing so. I decided to create a mobile app for our smartphone devices because with this generation and social media growing so rapidly, I've decided that this is the easiest way to get people to participate. In the SWOT phase of my campaign, I broke it down into strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Some of the strengths would be free publicity, jobs going up, people actually get to see what employees go through every day, and also customers love rewards, so that is a strength. Some of my weaknesses include some people wouldn't like it, made Southwest vulnerable to criticism, and some people may not want to download this app. My opportunities would be more exposure to show customers what not to do, get more employees to come on board with the company, and potentially get more sponsors. And last, the threats. Bad publicity. Employees don't want to participate. Customers don't want to participate, and not making it realistic enough. Employees could potentially behave badly also. Next in the ROPES model is the objectives phase. First is our informational objectives, and these are basically what we want as Southwest to get across to the customers and how we want to explain our application. Next in the objectives phase is my attitudinal objectives, and these are just the views and thoughts that I want to come from our customers flying with Southwest. Next, for the behavioral objectives, these objectives that I came up with are basically describing what I want the customers to go out and physically do, like listen to our podcast, take our surveys, and download our app. In my output objectives, these are the ones that I came up with just to advertise what we're trying to accomplish here at Southwest and also to get the information out to the public. Next, in the ROPES model for the programming phase, you can see the app that I created. There is the application icon in the top left corner with the little Southwest plane. Underneath that is the podcast, and that is the different podcasts that I would like the customers to watch and that they get rewards from. Next is basically the template of the homepage that I came up with for the application. And lastly is the survey to the right of it, and I have 4 short questions that makes it easier for customers to conveniently answer. Next in the evaluation stage, I will be discussing how I will be obtaining all of my objectives that I came up with previously in the objectives phase. First, for the informational, I will be creating 30-second pop-up ads on social media like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram that basically pops up and gives you an idea of what the Southwest app will do and what is on it. Also, I'll be coming up with the 30-second commercials that pop up on your apps too, like when you're downloading, for instance, on Instagram app, sometimes there's commercials that pop up, or I know on Pandora, there's a lot of commercials that pop up on there. So we would just apply those to those apps, and it will help get our publicity out. One of the ways that I came up for the attitudinal objectives in the evaluation stage is having employee competitions, see who can get the most downloads, apps downloaded on their phone from customers. One of the ways that we came up with at Southwest for the behavioral evaluation phase would be to create a mini questionnaire that would help us get feedback from the customers to see if they're enjoying our podcast or if we can make any improvements. Under the question for reflections for the Southwest case, there are 3 questions that they asked. And for the first one, I just broke it down into the risks and benefits for Southwest and the risk and benefits for employees and went into detail on those. And for the second and third question, I just broke it down into each 4 different bullet points that thoroughly discuss my answers. For my second case that I chose was the Wendys relies on reputation to combat finger fraud. To begin my research phase of my campaign, Wendys was founded in 1969 in Ohio. It was the world's 3rd largest quick service hamburger restaurant, and it was also in 29 other countries and had 605,000 locations and 300 international locations. The incident occurred when customer Anna Ayala from Las Vegas, Nevada, was visiting a San Jose, California Wendy's and found a finger in her chili. There was a lawsuit filed, and later she was found guilty on fraud. She faked the entire incident, and she was sentenced to 9 years in prison, and her husband was sentenced to more than 12 years as well. This was a big problem for Wendy's because it caused employee layoffs. Wendy's lost $2.5 million in sales. It reduced the hours the restaurant was open, and local restaurant itself almost lost $500,000 due to this one incident that happened in San Jose. And also sales were ruined as a whole company across the world. For my reactive plan, I came up with a Feed the Less Fortunate drive, which would basically give back to the community, and Wendy's would gain some more customers potentially from this community service act. In this drive, Wendy's employees would be going out once a month, year-round, to go back to the homeless shelters in San Jose, California, and during the winter months, it would be done twice a month due to the cold weather. Wendy's employees would not only be going to the homeless shelters and serving their famous chili, but also some of their other famous dishes on the menu as well. Social media would be created on Twitter with hashtags and on Instagram with photos of the employees interacting with the homeless and just helping out the less fortunate, which would hopefully create more business and attract more customers. Next, I'll be discussing my SWOT analysis that I came up with for this less fortunate event that I'll be hosting. Under the strengths, it would provide positive publicity for Wendy's. It'll show customer that Wendy's does care. It builds better relationship in the community. Under weaknesses, it could be not enough workers would be able to contribute. Not enough food would be able to give out to all these different shelters in San Jose. Could lead to possible bad publicity and not enough volunteers to help again. Under opportunities, could work with the homeless by giving them jobs, new customers, and gets involved with other community events. Under threats, could have some lack of community support and doesn't solve the issue at Wendy's. Next is my objectives phase, and under the informational, I gave 2 examples of how I want the customers to just really know that Wendy's does care about their customers and that this incident was fake. Under attitudinal, I came up with getting feedback from some of the customers that did attend the Feed the Less Fortunate events that we held. Under behavioral, I came up with one objective that says to get 15% more positive suggestions from those who attend the Feed the Less Fortunate event. And by this, I mean getting rid of the negative energy that comes with Wendy's after this finger incident and to just change the overall outlook on Wendy's. Under my programming phase, I listed several different homeless shelters that we will be participating in San Jose, and also created some of the tweets and Instagram photos with our hashtags that we'll be using to raise awareness of what Wendy's is actually doing for the community. And also, I came up with a flyer that I created that will also bring awareness to some of the events that we will be participating in. In my evaluation stage, I just went more into depth of how I will be achieving each one of my objectives and how I will be measuring each one of these to make sure that they are succeeding. In my stewardship phase, to complete my ropes model, I broke down into the 4 different stages: reciprocity, responsibility, reporting, and relationship nurturing. And under each one of these, I explained to the best of my ability what Wendy's can do as a whole to not just only do this for a short while of time, but to continue to reach out to the community and give back to their customers and just leave them with a everlasting impression that Wendy's truly does care about their customers and that this was just a fraud incident. And to conclude my ropes model and my case study number 2, I just answered the question for reflections about this Wendy's case to finish my case study.